Okay, this is a shootout video. I have a couple of amps here that I want to run through, just because if you have a look at the schematics online, you can see that they have extremely similar preamps. So up top obviously is a Soldano SLO. This is one of the original Soldanos that Mike was making before the company or the brand moved to BAD for production. And down the bottom is, I believe it is a mid-90s Mesa Boogie Tremoverb. It's got the fixed power cord in the back, the old style knobs. So as I mentioned, the schematics are so close for the preamps of each. From memory, the Tremoverb has slightly lower values on the plate resistors feeding high voltage to the 12AX7 preamps. So what I've done is I've just tried to kind of balance them similar-ish in terms of tone. I will say that the Tremoverb has so much more low end available if you want it. That sounds better at home. Live in a band, you're probably going to want to dial out some of that low end because it will just mush out, whereas the Soldano seems to have the right amount of low end straight off the bat at home, and you would want to drop it a little live. So you can probably see the settings I've got. I've dimed the bass and depth on the Soldano just because it is a bit leaner in the low end naturally. I'm also using the normal channel on the Soldano only because, and I know the Holy Grail sound is meant to be the overdrive channel. I think the normal channel is criminally underrated on the Soldano SLO. It naturally has more low end. When Mike was building the amp, he soon figured out that if you move to the higher gain channel and keep the low end where it is, or don't shelve off low end with more gain, you're just going to get mush, and the sound is quite undefined and not much fun. So for rhythm, I much prefer the normal channel on the Soldano boosted, and the pedal I'm using is a Klon Centaur, and I've got the output and the treble straight up midday, and the gain is at about 1/4 or 9 o'clock. I'm A-Bing with a little A-B switch. There's no real way to show you which amp I'm using other than pointing at the amp as I'm playing it. So if you see my hand flying in out of the screen, that's what's going on there. So we're going to start off on the, I believe this will be the Tremoverb. Before we get started, the cab. It's a 412 diesel cab. It's a stereo cab, so I've got both amps running into the one cab. Now the Tremoverb is running on the left two speakers. All four speakers will be, let me start that again. The Tremoverb will be running to the left-hand side of the cab using a vintage 30 on top and Creamback Celestion 75 on the bottom, and it's the same speaker configuration on the right-hand side as well. And the Soldano will be coming out of the right-hand two speakers. All right, so as again, enough chat. As I said, enough chat. I will point to which amp I'm using. So this will be the Tremoverb. was a 88 PRS Custom 24 stock vintage treble pickup for most of it. Yeah, so I guess if you're hunting for that sound, either one of these amps should do the job. Tremoverbs are probably easier and less expensive to find these days than the original Soldano SLOs. Yeah, but for that kind of chunky mid-heavy kind of thing, now you know.